welcome to this week's short flow. Focus area this week is neck and shoulders and upper body really, because these are areas that all of us really carry some kind of tension or discomfort in, I think, some of the time, if not on a daily basis. So just taking some time to stretch out and release any tension that we might be holding there can really help the way that we feel as we move through the rest of the day. And if we're doing it at night, it can actually really help us to sleep better, because we'll release any tension that's built up there and we can just let that go and hopefully sleep more easily and wake up feeling better in the morning. So come on down to the mat. We'll start in a seated pose. I'm sitting on a yoga block because I have quite a lot of sensitivity with my low back, and I find that when I'm doing some seated poses, sometimes it's nice to have my hips higher than my knees, so that I can just be comfortable and just feel more easeful. So you can use a cushion, a pillow or a block, or just the mat, whichever suits you best. So to begin, let's just start by slowing down the breath. So maybe soften the gaze, lower the gaze, or even close the eyes if you're comfy doing that. Take the palms to the thighs and find a really nice tall spine. So we want to find some space in the spine and ease. So breathing in, feel the crown of the head nice and tall and long. Exhaling all the way. So as you breathe in, we'll start to breathe in through the nose. Big breath in. And as you exhale, you can use mouth or nose, up to you. Just notice with every in-breath, the rise in the belly and the heart as you breathe in, and the way it falls as you exhale. Let's take another one like that, allowing the shoulders to soften, letting go of any tension you may feel in the body. And then you can just keep the gaze soft now as we start with some neck stretches. So taking the left hand to the right temple, we're going to put a little pressure here and guide that left ear down towards our left shoulder. And I like to lower my gaze and be a little bit looking inside myself a little bit for these, because you can just feel the areas that need the breath, the areas where you're holding any tension. So just take your attention inwards, lower the gaze, and maybe dip the chin. You might have to move the chin a little bit here, small movements to find the areas, the really juicy areas that you need to release. So now continuing to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose now for the rest of the practice. Breathe into any tense areas, allowing that tension to just melt away. One more breath here. And then to bring the head up, just take the hands very gently to the opposite side and just guide it up. We don't want any sudden movements here when we're just getting started. Bring the right hand to the outside of the left temple and guide the right ear towards the right shoulder. Become aware of any tension you might be holding in your shoulders. Breathe in here, and again, just adjust the chin, finding the space where you can really feel you need to find ease. And noticing and knowing that really, tension in the body is just what's causing the stiffness in our muscles. And if we can allow that tension to go, we find a lot more ease in our body. One more breath here. And then again, take your hand to the opposite side and just help it up. And then release that right hand down to the mat. You can press actively down, spread the fingers wide into the mat. Just notice that both sit bones are pressing equally into the floor, the mat, or the block, wherever you are. Right, extend the left arm and bring it up and over for a really nice side body stretch. So sending the breath now into the areas of the ribs. And again, lower the gaze, dip the chin. Really allowing the body to let go, feeling safe to release any little tension that's holding on to. Breathing through the nose on the in count and exhaling through the nose. And then releasing the left arm down, so taking that now to the mat and spreading the fingers wide, pressing into the mat actively and extending the right arm up and over, lifting out of the rib cage really and over to feel space and ease in the right side of the body. Right sit bone pressing equally down into the mat. One more big breath here. And then taking the hand down to the mat, bring both arms overhead as you inhale, and as you exhale, take the left hand to the outside of the right knee for a nice easy twist. Imagine that nice long line from the crown of your head right the way down to your tailbone. And then bring both arms back to the center. Inhale, exhale to twist. Other side. With every in-breath, feel your spine getting long and spacious. And every exhale, just twist a tiny little bit deeper. Coming back to center and ready to start on all fours. So if you were sitting on anything, just move it to one side. Come on over to all fours and we'll start with cat-cow, Chakravakasana. Really beautiful pose to wake up the whole spine. So inhaling, curling the toes under, look forward, heart shines forward, tummy comes down towards the mat. Exhaling, pressing through the fingers, rounding the upper back, dipping the chin to the chest. Exhaling all the way. Inhaling to look forward. Exhaling to round. And as you exhale, draw the navel in towards the spine. Just get all the air out. Moving on your own breath, on your own time, through a couple of cat-cows. Just moving with the breath. And on the next inhale, just come into neutral tabletop. We'll set up for thread the needle. So we're going to extend the left arm up and thread it under the right arm. And as you do this, you want to keep your hips over your knees. So your hips and knees are staying in the same position. And then we'll use the right hand, bend the elbow to press into the mat and to help you find a bit more of a twist here. So the left cheek is on the mat, your left arm, palm facing up, threaded through, and a little bit more of a twist by keeping that bend in the right arm. And feel the opening in the upper back and the chest. Breathing deeply. Inhaling length, exhaling to twist a little deeper. Next inhale, press down through the right hand to come on up, ripple through another up cat and a down cat. So ripple through one more, just to reset the spine. Tailbone drops to the space between your heels. Push the air away. And then coming back to neutral, we're going to take the right arm up this time, get ready to thread under, and that left hand that's going to press into the mat alongside your face to help you find a little bit more of a twist, a little bit more space, and more of a stretch. Releasing the upper back and the shoulders, letting everything go. Coming back up on the next in-breath to push down through the mat. We're going to take the hands about a handprint ahead, ready
downward facing dog. So just get ready, spread the fingers wide, curl the toes under, and keep the knees deeply bent as you press the torso towards your knees and concentrate on getting length in the spine, because this is the area of our focus tonight. And then you can start to invite a little bit of movement into the legs, the hamstrings, and you can take it all the way through the tips of your toes, down through your heels. And then we'll walk to the top of the mat, keeping the knees nice and bent, taking a forward fold. So just clasp opposite elbows, release the head and the neck, and just sway. You can release the head by gently shaking no and yes, but really gentle movements, nothing sudden. And then you can sway with the elbows and allow any thoughts that might just keep popping into your head, just release them. Imagine them tumbling out of the crown of your head onto the mat, letting them all go, you don't need them. Taking a big breath here. Exhaling, release the hands, bend the knees, bring the arms down, around and up, above the head. Take the left arm straight up and the right hand to your hips. Breathe in, lift up out of the hips and over towards the right. So you press into your right thigh with your right hand, a little pressure there, and you press actively down through the side of your left foot. So you really get a connection with the mat and stretching out the left side of your body. Inhale, exhale to release the left arm down. Inhale to bring the right arm up. Again, lift up and over. Pressing a little pressure there with the left hand into the left thigh and the right hand up and over and down through the right outside edge of that right foot. So you're really opening up the side body here. Inhale to come on back up. Exhale to release. Bring the arms down, around and up. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift, look up, step back with the left foot to low lunge. And just take a moment to get your foundation here. So into your low lunge. Thighs are squeezing together, so we're actively keeping those squeezing together. And as you inhale, you're going to swoop the arms forward. And as you exhale, cactus the arms back. Goal poster arms like this. So you're really opening up the front and back body. Breathe in to swoop forward. Exhale to cactus them down and back. Feel the back and front body opening up. One more, swoop forward. Exhale, pull the arms down. Find resistance as you move. And then release the hands to either side of the foot. Curl the back foot over. Step back to the top of the mat one more time. This time take the hands interlaced and place them at the nape of the neck where the hairline meets the neck. And just take a little bit of a pressure there. Releasing again any tension, any little stuck bits, you can just release them. You can actually usually feel this a little bit lower down the back as well. Breathing in, exhaling to release. Bring the arms down, around and up. Exhale, hands through prayer. On the next inhale, bring the arms overhead. Fold forward. Look up, step back with the right foot, low lunge, other side. Again, thighs are squeezing together. Inhale, swoop the arms up. Exhale to cactus the arms down and back. Really imagine you're making this little shelf for your heart. Breathe in. Exhale to make that little shelf. Shine it forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, swoop forward. Exhale, bringing the arms down. And then hands will frame the foot, stepping back into downward facing dog. And from here we're going to step the left foot forward for warrior two. So you can bring that left leg up and back. Step forward to the left thumb. Come on up and then get the feet in alignment. So
front foot faces the front of the mat, sorry, left foot faces the front of the mat, right foot is along the back end, short end of the mat. Bring the arms up, relax the shoulders down, take a bend in the front knee, and as we inhale, we're going to extend the arms and straighten the front leg. So breathing in, exhaling to rebend the knee. A couple more like that. Moving with the breath, breathing in, finding space, exhaling, ease in the chest. One more, breathe in to extend, exhale to come on back down. And from here we want to straighten that front leg and set up for triangle pose. So you can take a little narrower stance if you like. We're going to shift the weight towards the right hip as we reach down with the left hand and then bring the right arm straight up and just spiral that right shoulder back a little bit because we're trying to find ease and space in the upper body, in the neck and the shoulders. So just open up there in the chest and try and take a full breath in. Really strongly, like sucking up through the arches of the feet. So you're really connecting with the mat. One more breath here. And then coming out of triangle, take both feet facing in, take the hands behind you and clasp them behind your back. If this is not a good solution for you and you don't have that mobility in your shoulders, you can keep the hands on the hip or you can just take them behind you and just cross them behind you. So whichever you like. If you want to go for the bind, we're clasping our hands, pushing them down towards the mat as we fold forward, exhaling.
And then we bring the arms up and over a little. Again, to help us find that opening in the chest and release the upper body. If you've taken the other option, that's fine. You just stay and allow all the tension, all the thoughts to flow out of your head onto the mat. Actively pushing down through the outside edges of your feet. The toes are turning in. Big breath here. On the next inhale, come on up all the way. Release the hands, bring them to the hips. And then just readjust your feet. So we'll take warrior two on the other side. So now your right foot is facing the back of the mat and your left foot is alongside the short side of the mat. Take a little bend in the knee. See if you can challenge yourself a little bit here in warrior two with the legs. As you inhale, we're going to straighten and extend. Exhale to open and find space. Breathe in, extend, exhale, find space in the upper torso. Breathe in, exhaling to rebend the knee. And then straightening that front leg, ready for triangle. Again, if you took it on the other side a little bit shorter, heel toe that foot in, shift the weight towards the left and start to reach down with your right hand towards the ankle. Reach up the left arm. And in triangle pose, you can look up, but if that's kind of tense on the neck, and I actually prefer to just keep my gaze straight ahead and dip the chin and concentrate on a really nice long spine. Opening up the shoulder if it's fallen forward. Last big breath in here. Come on up out of the pose. Just pivot on the feet and come to the top of the mat. Bring the arms down, around and up. Exhale, fold forward. Half lift, look up. Exhale, release, look forward, step back to downward facing dog one more time. And again, just find some stillness in your dog this time now. And focus on that spine, that straight, long spine, space in the body. And as you inhale, rock forward to plank, drop the knees, hug the elbows in, come on down. But we're going to take Sphinx pose, not Cobra. So we want our elbows under our shoulders, spread the hands wide, press them into the mat. Take one leg off, replace it, and the other. And just feel the connection with the hips in the mat too. And then energetically,
Imagine that you're pulling the mat with your hands towards your hips, and with your hips pulling it towards your hands. So nothing's actually moving, but your muscles are engaged, and then you feel the stretch on the low back here and the tummy. And this is a beautiful pose to feel space in the upper body. So take some deep breaths here. Feel that space in the chest. Inhaling through the nose. Keep the gaze soft here. You can either gaze straight ahead or just keep the gaze down. Chin is parallel to the mat. One more huge breath in here. And now you can take the hands under the shoulders, push back into child pose. Your choice, knees together or apart with toes touching. And then from here, I recommend you take the thumb and the forefinger into a diamond shape, just to keep the shoulders soft, since we're working on that area and we don't want any tension to creep back in there. And allow the forehead to rest on the mat. And the breath to deepen. Take a huge breath in here. Fill up the belly, fill up the ribs, fill up the chest. Exhaling the same way. Chest, ribs, belly. One more like that. Breathing into the belly, the ribs, and the chest. Feel the torso get wide and big. Exhaling, chest, ribs, and belly. And then just use the hands to walk yourself back up. And we'll return to a seated pose to finish our practice today. So just come back onto your mat, easy seat, cross legs. And once more, find that long, tall spine. Soften the gaze. Allow the shoulders to be soft. Bring the hands to heart center, and as you breathe in, feel the heart rise. Exhaling all the way. And just feeling a sense of gratitude that you made time today to practice yoga, to find some ease in your body and hopefully slow down the thinking mind too. And as you go forward today, remember the breath's always available to you. Slow down, don't forget to breathe. Namaste.